So we'll leave you to go in there and bring us updates as they emerge. If you've been with us since the beginning, you had my conversation with our Jubilee House correspondent, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, when I asked him if there's been official communication from the presidency yet regarding the passing of Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. He said at the time there wasn't. Now we know there's been communication from the Minister for Government Communication, Felix Kwakye-Ofosu. Let's go back to our correspondent, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, and learn what the presidency is saying about this. Well, you have it on your screen at the moment. Konadu, if you can hear me, talk to me and really talk to us about what the government has been saying.
Government has communicated the sudden demise of the former First Lady, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. The presidency a short while ago released a statement which was signed by Felix Kwakye-Ofosu MP, who is a spokesperson to the government, and the Minister for Government Communications issued a statement that the passing of Mrs. Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Government announces with deep regret and profound sorrow the untimely passing of former First Lady and founder of the 31st December Women's Movement, Her Excellency Mrs. Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Mrs. Rawlings passed this morning after a short illness. Government extends its deepest condolences to immediate families. Signed, Felix Kwakye MP, spokesperson to the president, Minister, Government Communications. So news keeps breaking, and just on the spur of the moment, just shortly, the family had informed government of it. Government has issued a statement to confirm that yes, indeed, the former First Lady, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, who once remains the founder of the 31st December Women's Movement, died this morning shortly after an illness. So,
indeed, and indeed, for the first time since the news broke, we are starting to get a sense of when she actually passed today. Remember that the news came in through our wires after midday. So it was hard to tell when exactly she had passed. Now government's communication is giving us a sense of when this may have happened, when they say in that letter that she passed away this morning after a short illness. But Komla, the visit by the family, Kimathi, Dr. Zanetta Rawlings, is not only because she, Nana Konadu is or was, she is a former First Lady, so to speak, but it's also because of the relationship has with the Rawlingses. Well, my understanding is we've lost our correspondent on the line. We'll raise him back and then speak a bit more on that relationship between the NDC and Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. But as you very well know, she played a crucial role rallying the female vote. She played a crucial role being the backbone of Ghana's presidency from 1992 to 2001 when it was handed over to the NPP, because her husband, Jerry John Rawlings, was president at the time in the the Fourth Republic. If you take it to the Republic before then you say that there was also the period of 1982, and that was the time when the 31st December Women's Movement was actually formed. And I wonder if I still have Reverend Dr. Joyce Ayi over the phone, because there's been a lot of mention of 31st December Women's Movement, but really for somebody who had lived through that period, was crucial also in that movement, what she could tell us about the vision that burst the DWM, the work, the extent of work that they had done over the years, because it's easy to put it all under one umbrella and talk about women's empowerment and political activism amongst women. But it was a much more powerful movement than that, if you remember correctly. And so I want us to go on the ground again to Parliament this time. Christian Yale is standing by with, well, my understanding, not Christian, but Grace Hamwa-Agyeman, who had joined us earlier from the Ridge Hospital, is returning with new information from there. Grace, can you report? Grace, can you hear me?
So we are here at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, also known as the Ridge Hospital, where the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was reportedly on admission before his demise. We have not spotted any family member, or be it daughter or son or any friend or relative since we got here, or even any notable government person here at the Greater. I tell you, the apprehension here and the environment here at the hospital paints a picture of the fact that there's something really going on. We've seen a few things which also paints the picture that there's something going on here. Let me tell you this. For instance, the OPD emergency department, where you ordinarily walk into, there is a restriction that nobody is expected to go in through there, especially the media. We encountered the security man in front of that entrance, and he tells me that, Madam, I cannot let you in. I told him, this is a place where we ordinarily enter without any restriction. He told me that he's been instructed immediately not to allow anybody to use that entrance, not to allow anybody to go. He tells me that, Madam, we know why you are here, but we've not been instructed not to let anybody go in there, so I cannot let you go. Also, you see a few of the patients or the other people who have come here standing in pairs or two, trying to seek answers to questions.
Winning, easy. But you know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. I easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy, made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion.
Here, and the former First Lady has died, just as government has announced in their official press release to the country, as well as how other people who had any form of affiliation or association to the former First Lady have also spoken to us on our broadcast. And so yes, that is the environment here at the Greater Accra Region Hospital, or the Ridge Hospital, where the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was reportedly on admission before she died. So if you want to come to the OPD emergency, which you ordinarily walk into, you cannot do so now because of the instruction that has been given that nobody should be allowed to use that. According to the police officer I spoke to, they know why we are here, and so they've been instructed not to allow the media or anybody access into where you would ordinarily pass. And so that is here the indication we are picking on the ground here as far as the breaking news of the demise of the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is concerned, Kamini.
And indeed, Grace, we are at the Ridge Hospital because when the news came through our wires, we had been informed that one, she went in on admission at the Ridge Hospital, and subsequently we also heard that that is where she died, which is why we are stationed at the Ridge Hospital. Now, Grace, from all that you have seen, you report that you get the sense that indeed that is where she took her last breath. Well, we've lost Grace over that connection, but we're working to get you more information as quickly and as accurately of the passing of Ghana's former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, whose death we now know occurred sometime this morning after a short illness. And we'll now connect again with Christian Yali from Parliament. In our last interaction with Christian, the bells were tolling, signaling the MPs back into the chamber. Let's find out what's happening now. Christian. Very well. We lost Christian as well, but we can go back into time and listen to the Iron Lady, Ghana's Margaret Thatcher, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, who's died at the age of 76. A very impactful politician who lived an exemplary life. One that not only empowered the young women who came after her, but also empowered the women within her circle at the time. We'll tell you more about her life, particularly in her last book, It Takes a Woman. But right now, let's go back to the residence where Mourns Egbeta is. Mourns. Well, we cannot connect to Mourns at this time, but when we do have our connections right, we will bring you the information from the ground. You're watching TV3. It's our continuing coverage of the death of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, an advocate for women, an astute politician. By all standards. We can now connect with Mourns Egbeta again. Mourns.
Yeah, yes, Kameni, I can hear you.
Right. What can you report? We see that you are the residents. What are you observing?
Since 30 plus minutes, since we've been here, it's been all very quiet, but for a number of vehicles which have made its way into the residence of the Rawlings. So we have two entrances. What we're seeing in the shot right now, just behind me, is one of the major entrances. One of the entrance. There's another one just some few meters away from this one that we're seeing very clearly, which both being manned by military personnel, and there's a lot of understanding as to why manning it, because of the hierarchy of individuals and the positions they've occupied as well in the past, explains the reason why the military are the ones who've manned this place. In the short time that we've been here, there's been quite a number of vehicles that have come through. Difficulty in being able to identify who exactly has made their way here. But what I can say and confirm very strongly is that a short while ago, my colleague Christian Yali had mentioned there were attempts to reach the Member of Parliament for the Korle Klote area, who happens to be the daughter of now late Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, a former First Lady. Her vehicle, and I say her vehicle because the sticker of Parliament, which is very common on the vehicles of Members of Parliament, made its way past me some 20 minutes ago and made its way into the residence as well. We could see who the driver was, but the backside or the passively tinted, and so it's very difficult to be able to tell. A silver, I suspect and believe strongly, is Zaneto Agyeman-Rawlings, who has made her way as well into the residence. And to just try and paint a picture for persons who might not really be familiar with this particular area, it's just a short walk from the Ridge roundabout, and from here, this particular stretch, there is an entrance. If you take your left, a little about 100 meters, you can make your way to the Ridge Hospital, where my colleague Grace Hamo-Agyeman is stationed, and we're learning of that there is some tightened protocols even at the OPD services as well. And so the report suggests that we're at the Ridge Hospital. You can understand why, because if she were to have been here before she was moved to the Ridge Hospital, it would just be a little over 100 meters from this residence into the Ridge Hospital, where she spent her last days. Like I mentioned, since we've been here, a number of vehicles have come through. One that I can confirm belonging to the MP for Korle Klottey has as well made its way into the residence. We're seeing yet another vehicle again. The military not really allowing us get close to be able to identify the respective individuals who are making their way here. But what I can confirm is that Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings has made its way over 20 minutes. It is that's happening, but as is customary, as is what happens mostly around Ghanaian families, the children will return home, families will return home, and then there will be the initial conversations. We're seeing doing the walk on foot, trying to make their way into, and that is what it looks like at this point in time, even as the news continues to trickle in and continues to reach as many individuals as possible, persons within government, persons outside of government. They will begin to make their way here and begin to want to commiserate with the family and get to understand what we get as in the only source of information as to what possibly could have been the cause is what we've seen from the government statement, which says that she died after a short illness. But as we've been here, no family member whatsoever, even the military persons or the security persons.
Very well, Mauna, I'm afraid we would have to end it here with you. We'll come back when you information Parliament now, where Christian Yale is in a conversation with Ricketts Hagen.
The Rawlings, in terms of our mother, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. But we were not actually sure. We didn't have a confirmation then, but we heard that there were some health issues, coma or something like that. So we were just there, and then the information came that this is what has happened. So we are actually in shock and trying to absorb the news. In fact, I just came out of the chamber. You journalists have just confirmed to me that